Okay, let's just give it a minute. Hi, hello, good evening, all. This is Saturday again, and here we are the series for the day. We were trying to enable the youth for job interviews. So part of the series, we are right now doing probably the last session in that, where we're talking about what would be the post interview strategy to successfully close the job interviews that you might have done. So nail the post interview. Today we are having Sharon again here. Sharon and me, we would be talking about the strategies and the plans that might work good for you. So Sharon, good evening.
Evening, Jyoti, and good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is eagerly waiting for this session of ours. And today, people think that, I've got a job. That's it. What is next? I mean, I get my salary and I got my job. That's about it. No, the real journey starts after here. The real things happen after getting your offer letter. And that is where we help you to give you few insights on how you can be ready for your job. What do you say, Jyoti? Do you agree with this?
Yes, probably why not add a little more insight onto, after the job interview, what they should be doing. Like we probably have done it in a very short and very minimalistic manner in the job mailer session. But today, probably we want to give a little more broadened view as to how they should really be working out the post-interview strategy and how they should be getting ready to go on the job.
Correct. So the main thing is after we get into a job, not many people know that there is a period where the company can take you out. Not many people know. They think I've got an offer letter and this job is for keeps. Sorry to shock you guys, but then this is a probation period. 6 months, the company will watch you. They've got all the eyes on you. They're like hawks. They'll watch you. How do you perform? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How do you work in a team? How do you work with the leaders? Everything they measure. You are put into training. You are given different tasks. You are introduced to stress management, I would say. So how do you cope with all these things is the main thing. The first shocker is people think that, yeah, I've got a job. So what next? So this is the first thing you have to be prepared. The next 6 months are very, very crucial for you to save that job. And that is where what you have practiced for your interviews, what you have, the strategies that you have used for your interviews to get into a job, you require more than that. You require more focus, more energy levels, more concentration on saving your job for the next 6 months. Am I correct?
Definitely, yes. Yeah, most of them think the probation period is just on the documents, and it really doesn't, nobody would ever take a decision of asking them to leave the job, or, they might be removed after 6 months. They would not think about it because after going through tedious rounds of interview, they have been hired. They think that, that itself has proven what they are. But then, what a individual should understand is that the 6 months of probation is, in one liner, if I have to say, is going to be, live what you said, live what you actually told them, that you would be doing when you were in the interview. What you have told them, probably a good team player. Are you a team player is what is going to be watched in that 6 months. You might have said, I'm a quick learner. So are you a quick learner? So they would insist on looking at practically how good are you on the job, in the office, and with your peers, with your superiors. And a real big tagline that I can highlight here is, it's called as a company culture, corporate culture. Are you fit for the culture? So
Yes.
are you really being that team player? Are you really being that bonding person? Are you really being one of them, is what they're going to look at. But that doesn't matter if you're not performing at the job. So that 6 months is definitely going to be real stressful and crucial, and probably a lot confusing, because if it is a small company, it's easy to connect with people. It's easy to know who's a manager, who's, senior manager, who's operations manager, our general manager, these kind of things. But in a huge MNC corporate companies, getting to know the hierarchy itself is going to take you some time. And we are, in fact, most of the freshers think that if they know the team lead, that's more than enough. They're least, they are not even having the awareness that they should know what is a company hierarchy, who is reporting to who. I mean, if they know the team leader, who is the team leader reporting to, and who's that person reporting to, and how do you really approach the next level if you have to, for any purpose. So 6 months, yes, that's going to be a, I can say it's going to be a nightmare.
Yes, very true. Rightly said. As Jyoti is pointing out, that you have to know, you know, the organization levels. Who do you report to? Whom do they report to? But there would be a lot of confusion, guys. When we join a big company, the culture change would hit you big time. You know, first thing, if we are working for an American company, then the time zones itself would be a big hit for us. The second thing is the way they talk, the pace, the speed. That also is a big impact for us. These are few things which are like hits you big time. The second most important thing is the joining procedures. And after that, you know, how to book your cab or how to book for a leave and all these things. Each thing has a procedure in a company, which we are not used to because we are coming from college and freshly into an office. In school or college, I would have, you know, written a leave letter and submitted it, and I done. I'm good to go. But over here, I have to, you know, look at my team members, their availability, and would I be able to get a leave for that particular day? There are so many glitches. You just cannot go and say that I'm looking for a leave. That wouldn't happen. To roster yourself or to book a cab or any of these things, there are really some things which we're not used to because there's a lot of structure, flow. Definitely, yes. In training, they will train you about all these things. They will just bombard you with lot of information. You would have process training, then you will have technical training, you name it. You'll have all the trainings for a month. So out of 6 months, 1 month goes for training. Everyone says training period is honeymoon period. Sorry to tell you, it is not. That is the period where you have to fully concentrate on everything because after the training there would be an assessment. And all these things, no one will tell you that you will be assessed after your training. We take it for a ride, huh? We'll have fun in training, play some games and learn some things, and that's about it. No, everything that is important in that room should be fed here. You should know it so that you will start utilizing it. Because after a month, you will actually be hitting the floor, you will actually be working for real. And that 1 month of training period should provide you all the things on how to work. And those are some things that you will really have to work good on. And I've noticed a lot of people are not computer savvy and they're not great at typing at all. How many people are one finger typists here? For them, it would be even more, difficult. Reason being, you'll have to be very quick. You'll have to be on your toes. I'll tell you my experience when I joined for the first time in GE. I thought, wow, what a company, what a brand. And after the training, I was like, one finger typing was difficult. Listening to the clients and typing was even more difficult. I was like, I don't know the timings. My body was not used to, my mind was not used to. It was all jumbled up. But I would say, touch wood, I had got great mentors who mentored me. My managers have actually noticed that I've got potential, but I lack in few areas. So he started working with me so that I will not be thrown out of the company. Not everyone would get a silver spoon. So we have to be prepared for everything. You have to know the process, you have to know the people, you have to know your team, you have to gel with everyone and learn the tricks. So these are the things that not many people will share it with you because, that shocker itself will shake you in such a way that you would not be able to organize anything. So this session should show you a way. You should, start organizing. Okay, in a training session, these are the things which are important. I need to work on it. My personal skills, I have to work on it. My technical skills, I have to work on these things. By the moment you hit on floor, you should be a person who's capable of doing things. And the next thing is targets. Oh, there would be so many that you have to, one after the other, you would get hit by one of the things that you have got targets, you have got deadlines, you have to finish the project. There are so many things. So you have to plan, you have to organize. Time management is one thing that you have to be at your best. Goal setting is something that has to go with the flow. I mean, with time management, you should have goal setting. And the most important thing is be a good team player. If these three skills, if you have, you will be able to survive the first 3 months. What do you say, Jyoti?
Yes, I think at this point it is important now that you got a job, there are certain terms that you should be knowing. Something like orientation, induction, which is a crucial period where, as Sharon was saying, it's not a honeymoon time. It's a time for you to learn all new things about the company, whom to talk for what, whom to report, where to connect with people, and I would definitely add an icing to what Sharon was saying. It's not going to be that tough if you're paying attention in the orientation and induction, trying to understand what exactly is the company doing and what are the processes in it and who heads which process. If you are looking for, a great career upgrade or a promotional kind of a work, you want to really get into climb the ladder quickly. So induction is the time to know and understand what to do, what not to do. Above all, most of the companies, I would take the HR side here. most of the companies don't leave you orphan. They try to give you a buddy, or it might not be a super senior or an older person or something of that sort, but somebody who recently joined or somebody who's with the company for a year or two, who can help you, who can talk to you, who can walk you through the processes, walk you through talking to people, connecting to people, and everything. So as Sharon was mentioning, there are a lot of things that you have to do once you get onto the job, like logging in on time and having a great peer relationship, being a good team player, being part of certain other activities that are going on in the organization, where you would be adding value to your team as well as to yourself, individual growth perspective. So take full advantage of all of it. Don't think that the 6 months is going to be real tough, and so you have to focus on only making sure that you have that job and you don't lose it. But that's not what the probation period really is meant for. But it's meant for you to get adapted, get connected with all the people on the floor, and this is more about a individual flexibility and adaptability. So this is a period where you get to understand how to talk to your managers, how to communicate with a team lead, and there would be certain things that are going to happen, and a lot of cultural activities that keep happening to make sure that you get connected with other people in the team, other people in the other processes. So it depends on the company size. But recently, of late, what I observed is most of the companies, maybe a mid-level companies which are hiring, they are trying to make sure that you are going to stick there for 6 months. It's not that they are going to ask you to leave, but there is the other side also. Whether you love it, whether you are going to stay over there and continue your job is also a questionable thing, because 6 months they're going to train you on the job, practically what to do, how to do, what is the email procedure in the company, or what is a calling procedure in the company, or what is the bookkeeping or filing. All these things are taught to you in that 6 months, so that you have a great time ahead once you are on the job, and you can do it with ease. So it is both ways. It's just not the company liking you. Even you liking the company matters for that 6 months.
Very true. Rightly said. It is your hard work that you've got a job. And from there, it is your dedication that has to help you to push yourself. Without a plan, without a goal, you should not enter into any organization. That's my best advice to you. Know what you're dealing with. How would you grow in that company? What are your aspirations? What are your ambitions? You'll have to check with the company's growth level and see how would your skills and your abilities help you to grow in that company. One biggest thing that people don't utilize is they don't ask questions. Orientation, induction is the time where all the big heads of the company will come in and congratulate you for getting that opportunity in their company. And they share their experiences. That is the best time that you should start asking questions. You should get to know the management very well. I see a lot of people in the induction when I go for training, they're just quiet. They park all their questions aside. They do not ask any questions. I haven't come across people who are, you know, so enthusiastic that they will get up and ask a question to their trainer or to their peers or to their seniors or managers. Anyone who is walking into that room is filled with knowledge, is going to help you to give you a lot of information. If you ask, then you will receive it. You don't ask, you will not get anything. So the simple thing is ask and you shall get, is what you have to learn it. And during the training period, when you are assigned in a team, when you have your seniors, your super seniors, start interacting with them. If you have a problem, go ahead, approach them. They're very friendly, they're very kind. People are ready to help at any given point. You just have to go ask. If there is a confusion, if you think that you're not able to understand something, go ahead and ask them. That is what I will, suggest to everyone, because I've seen a lot of people in trainings when I go for trainings that they don't have this habit of asking. The second thing is they don't know how to grow. It's not a government job that I go there, I punch in, I sit, I come back, and I get a retirement. No, you have to climb the ladder. You really have to have some goal to look forward to. After 6 months, what is your next move? After 1 year, what is your next move? If you're not planned with all these things, it'll be little, same routine kind of a thing where, we don't get to expose ourselves. And all the companies have cultural activities and they have training opportunities also, where you can ask your manager to nominate you, or you can self nominate yourself for a lot of courses, for a lot of things that skill development is something which each company is actually working on. There are refresher trainings, there are skill development trainings, there are so many things. Just go ahead and enroll yourself. You have to be noticed. So what if you are a great worker but no one knows you? No. You have to do your networking. You have to be present. You have to collaborate with everyone, talk and work. That is when people will notice you. Okay, this person is actually, what he says he is. So either, you are too shy or you're too extrovert. In both ways, you'll have to balance yourself. One thing is visibility will come to people who ask questions. Visibility will come to people who know how to portray themselves when they are in a group of people. So we will have an HR point of view on this.
Yes, for sure. Here, the HR point of view, what I have observed a lot of times is that they don't ask questions because they don't know where they are. They don't know whether they're in LKG, or they don't know whether they're in graduation or engineering classroom or history classroom. They don't know where they are, because once they bag the job, the little bit of R&D research that they might have done for the interview, with the same info, they come and sit in the orientation or induction room. And most of the time, what I have observed is they don't even look at their offer letter. They don't try to understand what is the salary structure that they got. And it would be a shocker for them for the first month when they see that the salary is less than what they were told, if they were given a 3 lakh package. Now, there is something called as annual bonus, where most of the companies set aside some amount. It could be any percentage depending on the company. So that amount doesn't count into your annual package. And when you get your salary, there will be certain deductions for PF, PPF, and medical insurance, etc., etc., the benefits that are coming. So when in the induction, that is a time, the orientation session is a time when you can ask questions about what is your salary structure like, why is it talking about, and how is that going to be beneficial. So here what happens is they just think they got the job, that's it. They can come every day, just come on time, do whatever they are asked to do, and leave on time. But when things are not happening and there are deadlines and there is pressure, that's when they start crumbling, grumbling, and thinking about quitting the job. They don't even have a self understanding as to what is happening, what is the process, and what are they expected to do in it most of the time. And above all, they feel that these are the corporate politics. That's a term that they attach to it. Whatever they don't understand, they feel that it is company politics, it's office politics, etc., etc. But it is not politics, guys. It's just a process, and it is about you understanding and having your own perspective and your own analysis of what is going on in the company, what is going on with the project that you're working on and the job role that you are assigned to. Is there a scope for you to take more responsibilities? Is there a scope for you to say you're overburdened and probably talk about it? See, being a new joinee, you might not be confident enough to say how much you can do, what you can do, and how much time you might need. But then I think a 2 weeks time or 1 month time is more than enough for you to for you to understand and let them know, have a good talk. And all these companies do not get freezed with whatever you're listening from us, but these are only insights what you really feel when you are in that phase of the interview or that phase of the job. But otherwise, all the companies who hire are spending a lot of time and lot of money. They are investing to hire an individual, and they don't want them to just let them go just like that. They want them to be successful in it. For that sake, the company is going to provide all the support. As I told you earlier, they're going to give you peer support, they're going to give you team lead support, and every now and then you're going to have a one-on-one with your team lead, or just a buddy who might say where you're facing a problem, which you might not be able to talk to a team lead. Probably your buddy can still go ahead on your behalf. They talk to the team leads and they get back to you with that information. But then at this stage, I would suggest that don't stop learning. Your learning didn't close. It didn't end at the phase of your education, at the phase of your college outcome. Just a farewell party and the final exams, and then that's it, you are done. It's not that. Now you should look at it as a different phase of life, where you're starting a new chapter, getting into a workplace, practically being there, talking to people. And probably you might even have to learn how to dress sometimes. For the interview, we have given so many tips, but on the job, what are you expected to wear? You should understand even that. Depends from company to company and the culture of the company. Most of the times it is always formals. They expect you to come in formals. But if you think wearing jeans is cool and you want to talk about it, that might not be advisable. That's where your uniform, what you were wearing for school, what comes into place. So you still have color choices here. You should think with an open mind and understand that that's the standard of the company that it is asking you to maintain. And you are the face of the company. Every individual who's wearing a ID card is going to become the face of the company. So that's the reason there are certain standards or certain norms saying that these are the formal dresses that you can wear, or probably on a weekend or Fridays are going to be something different. So Fridays probably it's just a group outing or a group dinner or a team dinner, something of that sort. You have to be part of all of it. Try to know, get to know, understand each and everything that's happening. See, this is a phase where you're going to understand the company culture and how is that really going to help you, enable you to move to the next level. Probably most of the things that are happening there, you might not have done it before. But as I told you, you should remember that this is a new chapter, and yes, there'll be new things happening. So just be with open mindedness to learn new things, and to love new things that you're learning, actually.
Yes. Adaptability is something that you have to start working on it. Because any training, anything that is given to you, if you're not a trainable person, or if you're not okay with adapting to your situation, it'll be a little difficult. So whatever Jyoti has discussed, your clothing, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you write, everything needs to be professional. You're in an environment where you represent a company. It's not casual. It costs a company to train a person. or it costs a company to work on you because they are trying to give you everything that you're looking for. Everything. So, from your end, you just have to be attentive. You just have to be adaptable. You just have to be, with the company. You work for the company, you work for you work for your team. You start seeing changes one after the other, one after the other. So, those are the things that you guys have to really work on because everyone, wherever you go, online, offline, people will give you interview hacks. People will give you how to write your resume, how to, answer the questions, or how to have a proper body language, what are the phrases you will use, everything they train you. But what happens after you get your offer letter? You don't get any trainings done. No one discusses that, neither in your college or the people that you know. No one tells you that, guys, you have to be prepared for this, or you have to be doing this, you have to be doing that. No one tells you all of these things. So we are here to help you on that. Whatever queries you have, whatever questions you have, please type it in your comments so that we will give an answer or give a clarity for each of your questions. Because this is a journey from, you know, searching a job and then getting a job, and from getting a job to reaching to the next level is what we want to give it to you guys. That is the main reason why we have started this series of sessions where we'll help each individual to fine tune themselves to have the best experience once they get the offer letter. There's nothing that we are scaring you. We're just preparing you. We're showing you the pathway. You just go ahead and start exploring and start building. That is what we are trying to do. It's a beautiful journey. You know, we will always, always remember our first job. We will never forget it because that is where we do our maximum mistakes. That is where we do our maximum learning. And that is where we are polished as a person because that is the first opportunity, guys. And that one opportunity builds you, builds you into a very stronger, a very, ambitious person. What's a Jyoti?
So here, yeah, while they are still brainstorming and thinking about what to ask us, which they
Yeah.
have to do at this point, I would like to give certain tips on to building relationships with your peers. On the first job role, how to build a relationship. I mean, we are going on talking and telling you that you should be a good team player, you should build relation with your peers. But how? So knowing that also is very important because you have to have certain limits when you are talking in a work environment. It is not personal relationship that you're going to build. This is a pure relationship and it's a work relationship. So from my end, I would just love to give a couple of tips that might be helpful for you. On your first job, be it your buddy or be it your team lead or be it your teammates, when you're talking to them, just try find out their background. When I mean background, not their personal home issues. I'm asking you to find out and talk to them on the lines of what is their background, understanding, what is their role in the job, in the company, what did they study, which college, which university. These are formal questions which are welcome. And but once you cross that limit and probably you're going to ask them, are you married? This is our Indian style, especially for girls. The first question that comes is, are you married? I don't think this is a question that you should be asking your peers in the initial days, at least, because those are things you'll get to know as time goes by. And every relationship takes time to build. So give it its own time. Ask about their background, where you understand their role on the job with the company and their roles and responsibilities, what kind of experience they carry, and probably skill and competencies which help them and enable them to be where they are. And probably find a similar interest. I mean, while you're talking to them, try to understand what are their interests and hobbies, so that, because we as human beings, we are social beings and we tend to connect with common interest. So when you find out a common interest from your peers, it is easy for you to build that strong bonding and relationship, and ask them about their job, understand what they do, how they fit into the company, get to know how it is. And as well, if we have any questions, we're going to definitely take that. But for the moment, since nobody has sent out any chat or any question, we are continuing with our discussion. So, apart from this, Sharon, do you want to add something?
I think we have covered everything.
Great. And as earlier we were discussing, as Sharon was saying, you should ask questions. Part of the question is going and requesting for a feedback from a peer, a feedback from your team leader, a feedback from the buddy that is assigned to you. This is a 360-degree feedback. That's what I would call. You know what you're doing. You will have your own assumption as to how you're working on the job. But then when you're going to ask a peer to tell you what they think about your work, or how are you really managing the job, or how are you doing the task that has been assigned to you, that's when you're going to get to know the perspective. It should be you will be most welcomed. Asking a question might be tough, but requesting a feedback is the easiest question that you can go with them. Probably you can just approach your peer, your buddy, your team lead, asking them, how are you working on the job? Is that okay? Or do they want to see some improvement in any of the areas that you're working? Or do they want you to learn and improve something new? So that, this will give a positive reputation for you in the company, where they will understand that you are much interested in the role, and you would be you are a person who are interested in learning new things and trying to put that extra effort, to be successful at whatever you're doing. Here, I would say, from my perspective as an HR, it's more about personal growth and personal improvement than looking at how is company going to be benefited. Most of the time, we see that, you working 1 hour is giving company big, huge profits or something of that sort is what each and every employee would love to think about. But giving that 1 extra hour, what are you learning? You never look at that. So I would advise, especially the first 6 months of the probation time, it would be really helpful and going to make a great impression on your teammates as well as peers and your team lead when you are, asking for a feedback about everything, feedback about you can even feel free to ask if your dressing is fitting into the company culture or not, if they are having any suggestions for you. Such minute and simple silly questions, what you might feel silly, you still can go ahead and ask, and you would be welcomed. Sharon, would you like to add something there?
Definitely, yes. There is nothing called silly. Any question that you come up with will always give you an opportunity to work on, and an advice that you will get from a senior that would definitely help you. These are small things that we do not seem to, understand. Your simple handshake might make the other person very uncomfortable. Your simple tap can make the other person feel very offended. So, for every place, there are certain rules and etiquettes that we need to follow, and we can only get that through feedback. Either you are a great observer, you would be able to observe people's reactions, or what you can do is go ahead and ask them. And most of the times, I would say that people are very comfortable, and they do give you an honest feedback about it. Overall, a simple suggestion is be more focused, Be more organized, be a smart guy. That means you'll have to have all your goals ready. What is your next move, your next place to go? Everything, if you're planned, it would be just a cakewalk for you. It would just make your life much easier. So we are wishing you the best of everything should come to you guys so that you will start looking at a brighter, more profitable future for you guys. So if you have any questions, do ask us.
Yeah, and taking this forward discussion one more step ahead, I would love to put it up here saying that when on job and when you're asking or requesting for a feedback, be optimistic, be positive, and learn to handle criticism. This is what I'm going to say because you are going to be in a totally different environment. It's not a college environment any longer. And you have to receive the criticism in a positive way to see how you can improvise yourself and understand your new role much more better to move forward. You know, when you ask for a feedback and you're getting it and you're not able to stomach it up, you're not able to really receive it, it doesn't make sense. So when you're asking for feedback, be ready to receive positive as well as negative feedback. And all that we're talking until now, all that whatever we were focusing and talking about, it all shows that shows your self-confidence and it all shows your strength, you know, uh, what kind of personality you carry, what exactly are you looking forward for, and be ready. You know, don't think that you it is just it's just 6 months or it's just a month or 2 months that you have joined in the company or the team leaders asking you to do so much or they're burdening you with too many responsibilities. There is a way to talk about all of it. Be professional and courteous. Just try to be clear in whatever you want. You will be able to be clear and talk about anything in a professional manner only when you know your strengths, you know how you're managing your time. So this would be one great idea to think about. And do not ask for a feedback until and unless you're ready to receive a negative feedback as well. And be the person who takes initiative, you know, volunteer for projects or tasks that you think you can do. Do not step back. That's where you're going to go that extra mile and take that extra step to step into different directions and demonstrate your dedication to the role and demonstrate your skills as well. That would be, I would say, one step at a time towards success. And in all this, do not forget to help others with whatever you can, whatever you know. So just don't be immersed in all by yourself, trying to finish up everything by yourself. Or, it is important that you be a good team player. You have to always remember that. What say, Sharon?
Rightly said. And I would say that we have put everything in a nutshell for you. You just have to, start living the post job. Now I think it would be easier because when you know your waters, it's easy. It's easy to test, it's easy to walk, it's easy to swim. If anything is unknown, it's a little scary. But now you know that, okay, these are the things that I have to, expect when I get into an organization. It makes it very easy. It makes your walk worthwhile.
Rightly said. And I think you can all our sessions are live on YouTube. You can go back and if you missed on any of it, or probably you're watching us for the first time and this is the first session you're looking at, you can still go back into the series and you can take them all. You can go through them and definitely they're going to help you out. Pour in your ideas or your doubts or your questions, and we welcome if you look we welcome your suggestions as well. If you're looking for anything specific, do post it in our comments so that we can come up with some series for you or some session with the expert that you might be requiring. And you know how to reach us. You have seen the numbers on the screen. And apart from that, yes, comments are the great way to connect with us. um, but this, I think, we'll let you go, and good luck. Have a solid success with your first job.
All the best for your new venture.